The aliens are now invading the United States, and they plan to take mankind and have us as slaves. Fight for what you believe in and be brave. The Air Force will be unleashed and they will be detained. Being a slave will drive a man insane. Lock yourselves in your house and stay safe. They're intelligent and their egos are inflated. None of us will ever be taken captive. They plan to rape us and beat us to death. Our government and White House are highly respected. Our SWAT and Black Ops will never be detected. Our country will never be infected. Embrace the president's lecture and stay protected. They are savages and eat their own chickens. They get plastered and play with their erections. They have glass heads with brains and they jabber. The main aim is to attain people of importance. Train yourselves for extraordinary inhumanity. We will have numerous foot soldiers, infantries. We will have submarine rockets and Air Force machinery. A protected shield is over their spaceship's vicinity. Be courageous, but no one is invincible. Be spontaneous, but stay legible on the radar. No one here will get berated. We have complete control of the situation. No one here needs to impress us. Don't crash your cruiser. This is going to be really dangerous. Our lives are not interchangeable. Have high honor and protect your country. If I was my dog, Sam the dog, I would go into the world and start working on my stuff. I would be sweet and lovable, cute and adorable. I would go to school and be admirable. I would be powerful in today's society. My brand would label me. I would win and definitely I would eat, sleep, and live for eternity. I would get washed in the washing machine with laundry detergent and dried and softened with fabric softener. I would look around for scary imposters, stay clear from the dolls that are monsters. I would get hurt. I would get stitched up at the doctor and always be sweet and obey my master. Always do what you're supposed to do and listen to your owner. Stay away from Farmer John. He's psychotic. He's old as a fossil and a bit intoxicated. Not doing your chores is not tolerated. Beware of Woody and Buzz Lightyear at the gas station and don't get damaged. You're irreplaceable, a collector's item of my trophy collection. Your Lady Jane is your treasure. If you pull his strings, he'll give you a message. I kill dirty politicians for fun, but for a green card, I'm going to carve them up real nice. What a dog would say to a cat is, I'm a player and you're not. The cat would say to the dog, I don't care about that. The alley cat is mean and would give the dog crap. Though Max the dog was a player, the alley cat would treat him like a lady. The tomcat would treat the inside cat like a little baby. Tom the cat was mean and crazy. Max would play and bark and keep it cool. He would drool and act a fool and make fun of the cats at school. Tom would catch him around the corner and play him for a fool. The cats pointed their paws and laughed at Max because he thought he was cool. Garfield, the normal cat, would always get schooled. Garfield couldn't understand why people would lift Max up for being so stupid. Tom was angry and attacked Max and thought he was a doofus. Though Max influenced Garfield, he didn't know if he could do the things Tom wanted him to do. They played and fought and ate each other's doo-doo. They traded stories about how Max was goofy. Garfield didn't really know what to say and felt kind of stupid. Tom was the leader, but Max was the truest. They fought and bit and attacked each other and became one big family. The dog was cool, Tom the cat was aggressive, and Garfield felt like a loser. Life is like basic training in the army. You barrel out of bed to the training course and start the torture. You always do what the sergeant tells you in his lecture. You eat and sleep and train under pressure. In this field, sickness is considered for the best man. You will waltz down a wall from your attachments and barrel your way under a road neck, climb a wall, gaining everybody's respect, run and jog till you're lifeless. If you are nice, you will pay the ultimate price. Take my advice and end your life. You climb the rope to the ceiling tonight. Calisthenics makes you feel right. Your calluses will be painfully frightened, and when you see the light, know you've made it to hell and have been enlightened. Confine yourself to blood, sweat, and tears. I oblige you, run your life and never turn back. Fear the best and help the weak. Stay quick and light on your feet. Treat yourselves to shit. Your rewards will be pleased, and the floor is now bleeding. No one will get defeated. Fill pure water in the beaker. Purify water is expensive. A shaved head and a pair of modified lenses. Brain dead, homeless, and penniless. Not afraid, and a proud part of the infantry. When the bugs tied up Fred, the giant Martian, they celebrated because Fred had killed one too many bugs and one too many flies. They tied him to the table with floss and made the big guy cry. They tied his shoes and laces to the table and laughed in his face. They saw his ugly attitude and saw he was full of disgrace. They crawled in his nose and in his butt and stung him with their stingers. The bugs exited the nose that once earlier they had entered. He gave us the finger and we laughed and carried on. He smells and his farts linger across the yard. We bathed him and fed him and took him to court. Surprising enough, the judge found him guilty. We bit and peed and pooed on him. We read him the law, no stepping or crunching. The crawling smalls and the bugs gave an applause. Fred here today is guilty of all charges, but we need to let him go because they washed us off the pavement. The speaker of the bugs said, Fred, we are all interchanging. Each and every one of these bugs are not for replacing. Being locked up in your backyard would only drive you crazy. Here today we've changed the outlook on all these bugs' faces. The Komodo dragon and the snake and the lizard love to brag about all the evil that they've done and how evil they are. They love to tell and brag about all their lies. They tell about the eggs they've eaten and the things that they've stole. The story unfolds and they speak about all the things they killed. They're sly and do a bunch of wrong. They hate each other. They hate other people and aren't very strong. They do no good and by the book. They're old as it comes. The evil they do make them kind of dumb. They're from the zoo, so get a clue and stay clear of them, dude. Cause they're mean and rude and smell like poop, so don't let them dupe you. They're caged up and their cages are also heated. They hatch eggs and watch them is pleasing. They have short lives and at any minute they could be ended. Tending to these reptiles may not be what was intended. They're not very independent, but they're good creatures that need good attention.